Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the ECC. We have had our first series of the evening at 7 p.m. where we saw Blizzard Wizards dismantle Dagesbanen in Division 1. But now it is time to move down quite a few steps to Division 4, where it's the current place number 1 Bad Karma versus the underdogs, 9th place Pro AM United. My name is Machtfish, and joining me is our Dutch master, Dennis.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, of course, you've just mentioned Division 4, the first place against the last place. Well, 9th place, but of course one team has disqualified in Division 4. So we are seeing Pro AM United in 9th place playing against Bad Karma in first place. And I mean, yeah, I think we can just say, all the odds are for Bad Karma. I think, Bad Karma, they've had a really good season. They're going to playoffs, of course, and Pro AM United, they already know, they are the last place of Division 4. They can't get any higher. Of course, Fake Some Mistakes is just up there in 8th place. Has won one more game than Pro AM United, and of course has a much better game differential than Pro AM United as well. So, nothing really to play for Pro AM United, but for Bad Karma, they could still move down to 2nd place. So really, they know, they can't just throw around, it is the last game of the season for them, of course, of league play. But it doesn't mean that they can just, throw around. Even though it is against the last place, they still need to try, because RV Purple, or even Disconnected Esports Epsilon in 3rd place could still go to that 1st place spot, going into a better seeding in Division 4 playoffs, of course.
Yeah, and finishing that top 2 is so important because it starts you off in that upper bracket. It gives you an extra life, if you will, and helps you to reach that grand finals. It's a bit easier, and they still could if they lose, which, to take my prediction, just to take it out before we're going to that segment, I don't think they will. But if they do lose, then they could even lose on our top 2, which would be a really big knock for them when it comes to the playoff stage.
Yeah, well, it's just going to be really interesting. Of course, you've just mentioned the double bracket, which is, going to be a big task for, Bad Karma. They need to win this in this game. Of course, if they win this, then they'll be secured for that 1st place. And there's no easier opponent, you would say, than Pro AM United to win against. But maybe Pro AM United, they could cause an upset here. They could maybe, throw away the 1st place position of Bad Karma. So that's going to be really interesting to see how Pro AM United definitely is going to approach this game, just like Bad Karma. But I really want to see, Pro AM United maybe causing an underdog story, maybe, taking a few games or even the series against Bad Karma away. But yeah, Bad Karma, 1st place, Pro AM United, last place. I think if we would have to make a prediction, I would still go for Bad Karma. I think they're not going to throw the 1st place position away anymore. And I think Pro AM United just doesn't really have the quality, have the skill like Bad Karma has to win this series.
Yeah, I'm very much inclined to agree. I think we all want Pro Am to get a victory, to get a few games of Bad Karma, but I just don't see it happen. They have telling us from the start they're just here for fun. They don't think they can compete in Div 4, and I mean the table sort of shows that, but they have been taking the odd game here and there, so I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I'm backing Pro Am to just take one game at least. I don't want to cast another sweep here and another thrashing, so I hope it's going to be somewhat close games.
Yeah, we have to see, of course, close games at what we hope for, and maybe even an underdog story. Of course, the Bad Karma fans here in the chat wouldn't like to see that, but I think everyone else would love to see a Pro Am United stanza in this very last series. Of course, the very last series for ECC in this season for Pro Am United, because they won't be playing a promotion relegation tournament, of course, here in Division 4. So this would be their very last series. But yeah, for Bad Karma, they of course, they already made playoffs, and they will be going to playoffs. But the question is, are they going into 1st place, 2nd place, or maybe even 3rd place? It can just all happen. And Bad Karma so far the best side of Division 4. But maybe after this series, so I'm not predicting it, but maybe after this series, we might be seeing a new 1st place in Division 4.
Yeah, we could. Anything is possible in Rocket League, and especially at this bit lower champ level, high diamond, low champ level of gameplay. anything can happen. Just a good game can propel you up so much, and with that, Pro AM might be able to get an upset here, and to get something out of this series. But I think we'll just have to wait and see how they're going to approach this game, or if they're just going to be overwhelmed with the speed and with the technique that Bad Karma can bring to the table.
Yeah, well, of course, it is Division 4, and the first place and the last place, in Division 4, we usually see quite a big gap between the best seed and the last seed, but it's just going to be really interesting to see if we can see that as well here in Division 4. But usually at the latest stage of league play, we see, the players or the teams playing against each other, kind of close with seedings. But right now, we're all seeing a first place against the last place. Usually, you see that in the first few weeks. So it's just going to be really interesting. I think, the seedings of these teams aren't like too far away from each other. It's really interesting to see the first place against the last place in the very last week of league play. But yeah, Pro Am United, of course, no one expects them to win. So all they can do is cause an upset here in this in this very last week of Division 4 league play.
Exactly. They have nothing to lose, and as they have nothing to lose, I think it's time to give both teams the go-ahead, just to get them joining into the game as we gear up for Pro Am United versus a Bad Karma. First place versus last game. It's Wait Did I Just Die versus Rice on the first kickoff. Dennis, take it away.
Yeah, the kickoff now here, of course, in the best of 5 series. You see Herbie, of course, fellow caster, fellow partners of ECC here with Rocket Sundays in the lineup for Pro Am United. Jack now trying to pass it past one. He gets past one, trying to get a shot in. That's a good shot as well. No one really there from Pro Am United to defend that shot. And that's maybe, the quality there from Bad Karma, just getting it in. Only after 15 seconds already getting a goal on their end.
Yeah, 15 seconds, and both Herbie and I think Wait Did I Just Die, which brilliant name, by the way, one must say. Great name, generally on the side of Pro Am. But yeah, none of them just back in defense to make any save happen, as now there's coming a second attack. Jack off the wall has a slight misread. Herbie is there to make a save, to get a ball cleared. It's only as far as Rice, though. It's dangerous against the backboard. He gets the ball past both the defenders, and the defenders bump each other as well. That's a good opportunity for Bad Karma here. Irish is up, but it doesn't have the read. Blind Kids now has to beat Irish, doesn't do so successfully. And now 30 seconds gone after the first goal, and Bad Karma are really looking to build themselves a home in the Pro Am United half.
Yeah, well, all I can say really is Pro Am United, they look a lot less structured than their opponents. Now we see the first shot from Pro Am United actually off the game, but it's not rewarding them into a goal yet. Herbie just getting to the left side. But like I've said, they're playing much less structured. Well, definitely in the first minute. Right now we see, a little bit better plays by the Pro Am United side. We saw a whiff here coming out of the Pro Am United player, but it's not any danger as of yet. We see Herbie needs to get it out. He does indeed. But 1.5 minutes in this game, we see Bad Karma with a lead. But finally, we see Pro Am United kind of coming back out of the half, maybe getting some offense. Of course, we saw them just firing off their first shot of the series. So we just have to see, maybe they can cause an upset here. They still at least need 1 goal in this game for that to happen.
They still need 1 goal, but it's looking good. Maybe the initial nerves wearing off for them being on stream is always, especially in Division 4, a nervous prospect, as Rice gets a great 50 and gets a great follow-up as well. The defender a bit awkward and then backwards, had to make a challenge somehow, but no chance against Rice's read there.
I mean, yeah, we just see, the individual skills of the Bad Karma players, and it's just a little bit better than the Pro Am United players, to be honest. Rice just with a really good follow-up, no one in the air for Pro Am United, just a little bit quicker, probably higher ranked as well. And, when you just have that skill, it just shows that you're in the first place in Division 4, and you really do not want to lose against the last place of Division 4 then. And, well, by the looks of it, it's not going to happen. Well, in this game number 1, Bad Karma, they have a really, really good lead, comfortable lead as well, not much danger for them. They just had 1 shot fired against them on their net, but Pro Am United couldn't score out of that as of yet. So, halftime to approach here in this game number 1. And still Bad Karma, with a quite comfortable lead. Now we see Pro Am United going for the second shot. It's going off the post though. But now we see Pro Am United really going towards the goal of Bad Karma, but it's not any danger. Well, it's not rewarding them into any goal as of yet in this game number 1.
Nothing happened yet, but wait, did I just die with a great solo play? Gets it over the last defender, and there it is, the first goal for Pro Am United. Wait, what a solo play from him with the delayed flick there, faking and then going over Irish, undefendable for the Bad Karma side. Incredible effort from him.
I think he can just rename himself to wait, did I just score? Because that was a really good goal from him. Getting it past all the defenders and all by himself as well. Didn't need any help from his teammates, and well, just got it in. And they're fighting back. Really, they are not. They're playing against the first place, but it's definitely not over yet. Definitely not when there's a clear opportunity. And in the end, Herbie will get it in and equalizes there. And the complete comeback has been delivered there by Pro Am United.
Herbie, the cleanup man. A lot of carnage in the box of Bad Karma, and Herbie staying. Oh, a ball. 2 meters away from the net. I'll take that one, thank you very much. And puts that one in, and now it's 2 minutes and 2 seconds. We're nicely squared at 2-2. Very nice symmetrical scoreboard right there. And now Pro Am United are showing they're not just here to watch Bad Karma do sick plays, they're here to compete as well. And wait, did I just die? Just scrapes that one off the back. Herbie now to the corner. Irish is there to block him a bit, but it goes down to Rice. Blind Kids has to make the save and does so. Good reaction save from him, but the pressure is not done yet. Herbie against the corner. Ball drops down favorably for him. Does he get the demo on Rice? No, he tries for it. Doesn't quite get a Blind Kids. Doesn't have the read. Opts to not go for the back pass. Wait, did I just die? Takes control of it, and with 1 minute 20 on the clock, we are still tied in game number 1.
Still tied here in game number 1, and really Bad Karma are really looking for the third one. They just think by themselves, how did we just concede 2 goals against the last place? How is it equalized? Who wants to score right now? But at the moment it's Pro Am United with an offense. We see Herbie going up for it off the crossbar, a little bit above the crossbar. Now still the offense is going on. They can't reward it into a goal. 1 minute remain. Really Pro Am United also looking for the third goal and really looking for the game 1 win, because it could be anyone's game, to be honest. I mean, we have seen Bad Karma more in the offense than Pro Am United, and it will be rewarding them because they will get the third goal and they will be up by 1 again.
Yeah, just one mistake, it's all that needs to happen, and neither Blind Kids, no way did I just die. Just going up for it. One of the players had to be there, had to make the jump off the backboard to somehow get themselves in front of the car, and thus it is 3-2 now for Bad Karma, who are reinstating their lead and maybe get a fourth here. No, Blind Kids gets the save, as now Pro Am United trying to transition out of defense. Jack cuts that one out though. Herbie has to scramble back, doesn't do so, and Jack puts it in. 2-goal lead reinstated. 34 seconds left on the clock.
34 seconds, a 2-goal lead now by Bad Karma. It was a good shot by Jack, but no one really down the goal of Pro Am United to get the ball out. So, again, maybe a little bit the individual skills of the players of Bad Karma there, which maybe lacks in the Pro Am United players. No one really there in goal, and Jack, getting the hat-trick on his name as well, really had a good game. And yeah, Pro Am United can't really cope with the pressure of Bad Karma in the end, Some goals, it just needed to happen for Bad Karma. Of course, when it was equalized, they really needed those goals. And right now, they again have a comfortable lead with 2 goals, 50 seconds to go. I can't see Pro Am United coming back from this anymore. Well, unless this will go in or it will fall off the post. And I think we can say that Bad Karma will take this game number 1. Well, of course, not against the run of play. We thought Bad Karma would win this game number 1. Well, they did, but it was definitely closer than I would have expected in this game 1.
Yeah, Pro Am United, hats off to them. They come here to fight, and they shown that they can be effective up front. 5 shots, 2 goals, that's good conversion rate for them, 40% opposed to Bad Karma also with a 50% conversion rate on their 8 shots and scoring 4. But Pro Am, they had a lot of shots against the post as well. I think they are very, very dangerous once they do get out, but Bad Karma, obviously, you said it, just the better team individually. And they should make that advantage count. They just need to calm themselves down. I see a lot of whiffs. I see a lot of double commits from them. If they just calm that one down, they don't need to be as panicky as they currently are.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They made a few mistakes, individual mistakes as well. Not really structured in definitely the first minute of the game. Maybe a little bit nervous, of course, here on stream in game number 1. You can see it, quite some time with, maybe even new teams I think Pro-Am United haven't played on stream before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's definitely something new for them. And definitely when you last plays, it can be a little bit nervous for you. And definitely playing against the first place as well in Bad Karma, it can just be really nervous to play. But they did really well, to be honest. At least made 2 goals, got it equalized. But here in game number 2, it will be Rise opening this game number 2 after 7 seconds already with a great goal by himself.
7 seconds, jumping off the wall, sniping that top bids, trying to do it anyway, and Blind Kids and Wade just both committing on that one. No, not really a call coming out there of who's going to take that ball, and it's punishing them very hard, as you said, 7 seconds into the series, but now they have to shrug that one off. Herbie goes for a ball up front. That's easy to clear for Irish, who has maybe got a second touch. Yes, he does. Wade comes out of the net, gets that one against the corner. Jack, it's a bit awkward, maybe looking for a teammate in mid, but to no avail. The pass was blocked by Herbie. Now Blankets, a lot of space, just opts to yeet the ball into the side corner, faking Rice here, not successfully anyway. And now Jack is there, the pass is there, but Herbie on the front post, well positioned to deal with that one. And well, I think it's safe to say that Pro-Am have sort of stabilized after that first blunder in 7 seconds.
Well, yes, they have, but they still need to get in offense rather soon than later. And right now, they've just been stuck in defense for quite some time. Can't really find any offense, can't find any plays towards the goal of Bad Karma. But we're only early on in this game number 2. Everything can happen. We saw that in the last game where they were coping with being down with 2 goals. But now, of course, it's only 1 goal. Everything can happen, but not when these double commits do happen. I think it was Herbie or Blind Kids, to be honest, going for the ball as well. Probably shouldn't have went for the ball, but it's not going to be any danger for the Pro-Am United players. But what I'm also seeing quite a lot is Pro-Am United, they're just really throwing the ball away and really just getting the ball away as soon as possible. Just like this, and then it's easy possession for the Bad Karma players. And I think really, if they play a little bit more calm, a little bit more structured, I think really they can get some danger, they can create some danger against the Bad Karma side. Now we see Wade with trying to get a play in and actually control the ball, which is really good to see, but it's not going to be in, it's not going to get past the defenders of Bad Karma, and Bad Karma is still, doing quite decent, but Pro-Am United, just like in last game, kind of getting back in this game number 2 and kind of, getting an offense, which is really good to see from them.
Yeah, they get slowly but surely, they're getting back into it, and they're trying to establish some offensive pressure here, as Irish now takes it again around the second player. The shot is there, but Herbie can get back to it. Grabs the 100 boost on the wall now with ball control. What is he going to do? He's trying to get it past Jack, but not successful at that. As Blind Kids pulls it mid, only as far as Wade. There was no Bad Karma player to get that open ball. I was really lucky for him there, as the demo comes out onto Blind Kids, so no follow-up here. Irish against Herbie, gets beaten. Rice is up, looking for Jack in the opposition's corner. The pass split is good, the pass split is there, but Wait Did I Just Die is up for the block. Now Irish with the shot opportunity. Herbie is there to cut that one out. And now maybe the transition into offense, it doesn't happen, but the pinch is there. Irish now with the recovery, not quite in time. And Bad Karma are really on offense, are really piling on the pressure. Rice double tap, just wide. Couldn't quite make it on target, and now they have to be careful. They can't overcommit here, because that could spell disaster for them.
Well, talking about disaster, it is at the other side. Pro-Am United are down by 2 goals yet again, just like in game number 1. And sometimes it just needs to happen. So much pressure coming out of Bad Karma players, so much pressure coming on the goal for United. So many saves as well. Well, not even saves, but just getting the ball out every time. So getting the ball out of defense whenever they just needed to. And they did it pretty well. They just, in the end, controlled the ball pretty well, controlled the defense pretty well, but at some point, Rice just getting his second goal, and we have really seen Jack and Rice standing out for Bad Karma. Definitely the 2 best players for the Bad Karma side. In this game, it has been Jack with 2 assists and Rice with 2 goals. Of course, last game we have seen Jack with a hat-trick, of course, with 3 goals on his name. So yeah, definitely it has been Bad Karma being the much better side, but we might see a comeback from a Pro-Am United that nearly went in, but it's not going to be in as of yet. But really, Pro-Am United, they need to get out of defense, because really 1 minute and 19 seconds to go in this game number 2. They don't want to be two games down, because then it's going to be a really hard joiner. Well, that's nearly getting as well, but somehow it's still only a 2-goal deficit in this game number 2.
I don't quite understand how it is either, but Pro-Am, credits to their defense. It might be unorganized at times, but surely it is effective as now the cast curse has striked yet again as Rise puts in the third for Bad Karma. Irish against the backboard, and Rise takes the boost and takes the ball, slots it into the top bins, and now it's 3-0 for Bad Karma.
Yeah, last game, of course, we've seen a hat-trick from Jack, and this time it is an hat-trick for Rise, getting his third, getting all the goals of the game so far, and he's had an incredible game. And like I've just mentioned, we can just really see the individual skills of the Bad Karma players just better than the Pro AM United players. And in the end, if your players are just better, then in the end, you can just outclass your opponent. And Rise will just get his fourth goal of the game. We'll get the fourth goal of the wall game number 2 as well. All the games so far, all the goals so far have come from this man. And he double tap as well. He's done an incredible job in this game number 2 and really just decided this game number 2 all by himself.
Yeah, and you were saying if you're better, you can outclass them, and Rise was... I'm sure the stream delay would prevent him from hearing what you've just said, but he just put a perfect example of that one. Just a very controlled aerial double touch to make in the 4th goal of this game for Bad Karma. But maybe Pro-Am can get back here, wait with the shot, but it's an easy save for Rise, who's been doing everything this game. Line kids now again forward to Herbie, pass it back down, but Irish is on the backboard and ready to collect that one. Irish now with the flick over one. Rise takes the pass the second one as well. Herbie already back though to deal with that one, and with 0 seconds the ball has to stay in the air. Both teams, well, apart from Herbie, the teams were really trying to respect rule number 1, but Bad Karma take game 2 4-0.
Yep, it is 4-0, and that was game number 2 done and dusted. Of course, the second win for Bad Karma, and the question is, how is Pro-Am United going to approach game number 3? Of course, you're playing against the first place, 2 games down, and all you can do is, maybe try something else. Maybe, try to play a little bit more structured. That's what I would say for Pro-Am United. Try to bait Bad Karma into 50s, because in the end, the individual skill of Bad Karma, of the Bad Karma players, they are just better than Pro-Am United. So, of course, if you can't, play better than Bad Karma, then you need to change something and, maybe try to go for those 50s, try to keep the ball on the ground and really prevent any goals scoring on your side. And I think really if Pro-Am United controls the ball a lot more than they do right now, I think really they have a chance to win this game number 3. But Bad Karma, it is just a really good team. We have said this already, and of course they're in the first place. You can see why, but maybe there is a chance for Pro-Am United. Of course, it's game number 3. It needs to be theirs, or otherwise we see another clean sweep here in this game or in the second series of today.
Yeah, and we certainly do not want to see another clean sweep here, as the teams are getting ready for game number 3. We're currently waiting on one player, probably a car switch happening right now. But as you said, Pro-Am are needing to get themselves together and maybe just be a bit more reckless and a bit more aggressive on that push and on the 50s, just to try and get something out. Just no regrets, just full steam ahead, just boost into every ball, try to be there for every challenge to make life hard for the Bad Karma players.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we see a little a car we said it looked like, but I think the teammate of Bad Karma didn't load in, so we are in a little bit of a break until we go to see game number 3 finally getting on the way. But yeah, it has really been all Bad Karma in game number 2. We have seen no goals scored at all by Pro-Am United. Of course, in game number 1, we have seen Pro-Am United scoring 2 goals, actually equalizing that game after being 2 goals down. But in the end, it wasn't enough to win game number 1. Definitely wasn't enough in game number 2 either, because, of course, they went down by 4-0. And this game number 3, if Bad Karma can take the momentum with them, and if they now know how Pro-Am United plays, and definitely they should be able to beat this Pro-Am United side. And that's also definitely what they're aiming for. Of course, getting a 3-0 win over the last place in the very last week of league play is something you really want to have going into playoffs, of course, next week. But Pro-Am United, they still have a chance. I think of course they're still in the series. It is a best of 5 series, and they might be able to snatch a win in, or maybe even 2, or maybe even 3 if they pick up the momentum really. But Yeah, definitely. Pro Am United, it's just all, it needs to be their game. If it's not, then Bad Karma will just go over them, just like in the last 2 games. Pro Am United, like I've already mentioned, they need to change the strategy a little bit. And really, this game number 3 all comes down to them. If they can change the strategy, then definitely I can see them taking a win. But they need to play much more structured than their last 2 games, Mouth.
Yeah, they need to be... Structure is the key word there. They just didn't have pretty much any structure, neither defensively nor offensively. But if they calm themselves down and just try their hardest, I'm pretty sure they can establish some structure. Just communicating with your teammates. How can you possibly challenge the ball? You just have to avoid giving the Bad Karma players too much free time, especially in the air, because they've been showing that they can be very effective in the air and very dangerous as well. As now, maybe Pro-Am can establish a first bit of presence here. Wait, just a great pass in the middle. Is Herbie there? Not quite. Maybe follow up from Blind Kids. Yes, he is there. They are trying to be more aggressive now. Now they've just scrambled back though. Herbie gets the ball here. First one against the wall. Second one misses that one, unfortunately, and thus Bad Karma now with possession and a bit of pressure on the Pro-Am side.
Yeah, well, we have seen Pro Am United starting this game really well, actually getting some pressure against the Bad Karma side, but now Bad Karma, they have a lot of space to work with. In the end, it is not going to be rewarded with a shot. Now Herbie tries to get it into the middle, maybe not the best touch. His teammate now takes it over. See Blind Kids tries to follow it up, but Irish just gets it out, right? Still tries to go for it in the air, but can't get it past his opponent. Jack just pops it up, maybe trying to go for the backboard. It will be cleared up by Herbie though. You can't just smash the ball on the backboard. It's not working as Pro Am United as of yet. But now we have seen Pro Am United playing a little bit better, but now they're just stuck in defense a little bit. Can't really get out of their half. Now see Herbie getting one touch, getting it towards the other half, but Robbie Rice taking it over. And the first 1.5 minutes still goalless, but at least Pro Am United, they're not in the losing end as of yet.
They're not losing as of yet, and they're trying their damnness to speed up and to meet the shots and meet the challenges of the Bad Karma side. And they're doing quite well thus far, but now Rice is up again. He's been the goal scorer for Bad Karma. Maybe now the assister as he passes it to Irish around all the players. None of the Pro-Am players can make contact to the ball, and it's 1-0 for Bad Karma.
Yeah, 2 minutes in, Bad Karma once again with the lead. Of course, only in this game they only made the first goal. Pro Am United never has been in the lead actually in this whole series, and yet again they're on the losing end. Quite familiar with them at this point in the series. Here in game number 3, of course, you see Bad Karma with a 1-goal lead, and we saw Wade just trying to get the ball past his opponent. Now Blind Case trying to pop the ball into the middle. No one there to follow it up though from his teammates. See Herbie, a bit time to work with. Gets it past, one good touch actually, but then probably should have waited a little bit longer to bait his opponents in. Really, if you shoot from the midline, it's not going to be any danger. Oh, that's a good save actually from Herbie, still getting it out off the crossbar, but they really need to get an offense. And halftime to be played. They're on the verge of getting clean swept, of course, against Bad Karma. That isn't a big deal, but they still, they still have a chance. They're only 1 goal down. Make that 2. Jack will just get it in, and they are 2 goals down now.
They're 2 goals down now. Jack takes control, and he did what Herbie failed to do earlier, just using that space in front of him, recognizing that the space is there, and not taking a preemptive shot against the defender who is well positioned, just baiting and just using the flick at the end there to get it over Herbie. Unfortunate for Pro-Am as they concede the second, and maybe now the third. Jack again has got him, goes for a flip reset, doesn't need it, gets an incredibly strong bounce off his wheels and gets it past Herbie that way. Weird goal, but it works nonetheless. 3-0 now in favor of Bad Karma.
That's a really interesting goal there by Jack. I did not expect that would actually go in, but I would have expected maybe a flip reset, but in the end this works as well. I think he just gets it under Herbie, and now 3 goals down, 2 minutes to go. Pro Am United really been stuck in defense pretty much all game. No shots created at all from them. In the end, Bad Karma is firing the shots. not all of those shots go in, but some will go in, and that's really been the story of this whole series. Well, right now we maybe see a goal. Now it will be the first for Pro Am United in this game, but it's not going to be any danger for Bad Karma, as well. Just easily clear the ball out and really trying to prevent Pro Am United making any goal. Now we see Jack demoing the guy in the middle. Now Herbie with 1 touch can't really quite follow it up though, as well. Jack will just clear it out. Irish in the corner tries to take control. Herbie really has been, the aggressor for Pro Am United, I would say. just always been there trying to create some pressure. It hasn't really been working out, to be honest, but I respect the effort from him. Trying to give some pressure on Bad Karma is really what they would need here. Some pressure, because really Bad Karma, they have had a lot of time, a lot of space to do stuff with the ball. And with 1 minute to go, it's looking really not bright for the Pro Am United side.
It's not looking good at all, but you said Herbie is being the one to pressure them, and he just needs his teammates to back him up sometimes, because his pressure is really valuable for the team. But if there's no teammate, if the distance between the teammates is then too large, then the pressure it's all useless, because basically get it past one and then you've got ages of space again. So if his teammates were able to back him up with that pressure a bit more, then it would be really, really good. But it's a good start. It's a start in the right direction for Pro Am United, as Rice takes it past two. Now Herbie alone in goal. Jack, pre-jump, can't quite get on the end of that one. Bad Karma feeling very confident and very comfortable with only 20 seconds left on the clock and a 3-0 lead. Trying for some fancy highlight plays for some montages, but they won't be connecting to those right now. Jack takes it up, goes to Rice. Neither of them can make a double tap. Irish keeps the ball there. Blind Kids now has to go up. It's 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The ball has to stay up. So Jack just takes another shot, but it's saved by Blind Kids. And this is it. Bad Karma take game number 3-0, and take the series as a whole 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0. Well, of course, we hoped for Pro Am United to maybe create a stun. Didn't happen. It will be yet another clean sweep. Bad Karma will be going 8-1 in the league, closing out, of course, as first place of Division 4, confirmed. Of course, not of the playoffs. We still have to yet to see them in playoffs, how they will play. But yeah, they are confirmed first place of league play here in Division 4. And Pro Am United will close out this season with 1-8, exactly the opposite record of Bad Karma. Bad Karma only lost against FC Netmeet in 5th place, which is really interesting to see. But of course, they didn't have an unbeaten season. They end up in 8-1, and they will be going to playoffs, being first seed of Division 4. And you just could see why. You could see really the skills of Division 4 players there. You could really see, that maybe they're even better than Division 4, the individual skills they were having. Sometimes, maybe some offenses could be a little bit more accurate by Bad Karma, but definitely it has been a really good game from them. Didn't expect anything less from Bad Karma here in this series, and they really closed it out really well with a 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, you said it. They're just showing that they're making a strong case that they're maybe too good for Division 4. And I mean, the best way to show that you're too good is to win league play and then to go on to win playoffs. And that's exactly what they're trying to do now with 8-1 in first place as well. Not the best goal match differential, but still probably the best team in Division 4. As they go on to the upper bracket of playoffs, which of course will happen next week on Saturday, the Division 4 playoffs. So not a long break for them, just 1 week to really try to work out some of those insecurities that Pro Am United was able to show. Bad Karma is not an almighty power. They do have their mistakes and they do have their problems. And I think the other teams, the other teams that are going to facing them are going to watch this and are trying to figure out what is going to work against Bad Karma, how to make anything stick offensively against them.
Yeah, definitely, of course. This game would be pretty good to watch, definitely for the top 4 of Division 4 going into playoffs. As of now, of course, it will be Bad Karma. Probably RV Purple. Well, that second, third, and fourth spot could be really, really interesting to see. Of course, we see FC. It's all between RV Purple, Disconnected Esports, Epsilon, Incendia Esports, and FC Netmeet now to get the top 4 spot. Only one of them is going to drop out, but all of those teams are on 6 wins at the moment. All of those teams could still make top 4. Of course, Bad Karma, as of yet, the only team to be confirmed in playoffs. Well, I think RV Purple is as well. If I just have a little look at it, I think they can't drop out anymore. So it will be between Disconnected, Incendia, and FC Netmeet then to get 3rd or 4th place. But definitely, it is going to be really interesting to see how Division 4 will unfold. But probably that's everything for this series done and dusted. Division 4 and next series we have 2 more series today. Next series will be actually to the highest division of ECC. We will be going to Vortex division for Mercury against HWU, which will be a playoff decider game. That's going to be a really interesting one. We won't be casting it, Macht, because it will be Faded and Victor VTM casting that series. So I want to thank you, Macht, for casting. Of course, I want to thank the viewers for watching this game as well. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be with you in a few minutes again. Well, maybe a little bit longer. It just depends a little bit how long we're going to take this break. But definitely we'll be back at least before 9 CET to get a really, really spicy game between Mercury and HW. So don't go anywhere. We'll be with you very shortly.